Hello to all A, S, and R lovers. Welcome back. So, in today's video, as you can read on the title, I'm gonna be doing personality tests. This one is imagination personality test. For you who doesn't know what it is, so this test is a similar test like a cube test, if you ever heard that before. So cube test is imagination personality test, which you need to imagination a cube. But in today's video, instead of imagination a cube, we will imagination a maze. Before we started, I'm sorry for the background noise. It's raining outside now when I'm filming this, but this time I have a time to filming this, so I hope this rain sound as a background noise can make you relax as well. I will explain a bit about this personality test before we start it. So I will ask you around 7 questions. Right after you hear the question, try not to think too much or too long for your answer, because mostly the answer that appear in your mind right after you hear the question is the most accurate one for you. There's no right or wrong. You can answer anything that appear in your mind right after you hear the question. As simple as that. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, take a moment to imagine that you are walking throughout a mystical forest with someone of your choice. Imagine that person or the name of that person that you are walking with. I'll give you some time to think. It could be anyone that you know or you like or you love. Anyone. Just think about it. Okay. Now, after peering deeper into the mysterious forest, you both end up stumbling across an animal. What kind of animal it is? Imagine the animal. You can also imagine the situation, the ambience. Okay, next question. Describe the type of interaction that takes place between you and the animal. Take some time to think about it and imagine about it. Alright, we continue. As you continue your adventure, you find yourself deep in the forest when you notice a clearing. As you approach the clearing, you discover an abandoned maze. The question is, how big is the maze that you see? Imagine the size. Imagine the maze that you see. Relax and use your imagination. Okay, let's continue. You stop to take a moment and observe this mysterious maze before you. You study the walls that enclose the branching paths. The question is, what is the height of the walls of the maze? Take some time to imagine the maze, the walls, and the height of the walls of this maze. Okay, now you decide to enter the maze. However, the person you are walking with doesn't want to continue with you. You choose to enter the maze alone. After wandering through the maze, you find yourself in the center of it, a larger room leading to a series of other paths. In the middle of the room sits a cup. The question is, what material is the cup made from? What do you do with the cup? Think about it for a moment. Just imagine you found that cup. Imagine the material and what will you do with that cup? Okay, this is the last question. Finally, you find the exit of the maze. Which of these following statements best describes how your journey went? There are 4 choices. Listen carefully. A. That was almost too easy. I made it through the maze in no time and had no trouble navigating through the paths. B. It took a while to navigate my way through the maze, but looking back, it wasn't really that big of a deal. C. I was definitely lost. There were many times throughout the maze that I thought I might never be able to get out. And the last one, D. The person I was walking with decided to enter and found me inside. They ended up showing me the way out. If not, I might still be in there. So, imagine which one will you choose? The statement that most suitable with your imagination. Give you some time to think about it. Which one will you choose? Alright, now I hope you already have all the answer. Now we will find the result. Okay, so the result is, first off, the person you choose to walk in the forest with is the most important person in your life. I think maybe it also could be the closest person with you, or the person you love the most. Something like that. Okay, next. Remember that animal you stumble across? The size of the animal you imagine represent your perception of the size of the problems you face in your life. So the bigger the size, the bigger your problem that you might facing in your life or in your current situation. And the type of interaction that you had with this animal is an indication of how you deal with the problems in your life. So I think maybe like if you getting closer to the animal and you want to touch the animal, I think the meaning is you not afraid to facing your problems. And if you decide to run or just leave that animal alone, maybe it's like you're type of person that need some time to facing all of your problems. Not necessarily like leave your problems just like that, but I think like you need more time to solve the problem, so think about it more clearly. Yeah, something like that. That's my own opinion. Okay, next, the maze. The maze is a metaphor for the winding and circuitous paths that we navigate through life. Considering most people feel lost during adolescence, your experience in the maze is an indication of the way you remember the years leading up to adulthood. So I think it could be depend on our childhood maybe, or the most thing that we experience through our life. So like the more difficult the maze that we imagine, it could be the more difficult our life or our childhood, and the easier the maze that we imagine, it could be represent the easier life path that we've been through all this time, or especially in our childhood. Okay, the next is the height of the wall of the maze. The height you imagine the walls of the maze is representative of the size of your ambition to resolve the challenges you come across in life. Lower height like walls indicate an open personality, while tall stone walls indicate a closed-off personality. So the lower the walls means like you might be more open as a person, maybe extrovert. And the taller the walls, especially if the material was made by stone, that could be indicate a close of personality like introvert. Okay, the next one. Remember that random cup? Well, the durability of the material you visualize it having is representative of the perceived endurance in the relationship you have with the person you went into the forest with. For example, plastic or paper cups indicate a disposable relationship, while strong materials like metal mean that the person is reliable and dependable. A glass cup can be indicative of a fragile relationship. And what you did with the cup represent your attitude towards this person you venture into the forest with. If you love it, you could be at a distance with this person, but if you pick it up, they are someone you want close to you. Okay, the last one, the ABC statement. Which one you choose? So if you choose the A statement, this means you had nothing but fun during adolescence. You weren't plagued by the typical pressures and traumas that most youths have during these formative years. However, this could mean a more difficult task in life is yet to come. If you choose B, the second option, This means that adolescence wasn't easy for you. Chances are you spend more time than necessary worrying about common problems like love, friendship, and the future. However, those experiences have helped you form who you are, and the lesson learned will help you in the future. And if you choose C or the third option, if you felt lost, this represents serious insecurities in adolescence. Chances are your youth was afflicted by getting too into your head and second guessing everything with self-doubt. However, this type of growth may have added sincerity and depth to your overall character. And the last one, if you choose D or the fourth option, if your walking partner came and found you, this means that the satisfaction you feel in life today is due to the friendships and relationships you made during youth. You may have had personal issues, but someone was always there to help you get through them. Yeah, that's all the result. Please tell me how accurate it is to you. If most of these questions are accurate, that's great. I would love to hear your answer. But if it's not, no worries. This is basically just for fun and to make you relax. So yeah, I hope this little imagination personality test could help you to relax a bit. And have a good rest, have a good day, and I'll see you again. See you later. Bye.